Welcome back. Welcome back. This is part two of the underrated profession.
Dose.
Dose said you got your boy here, Mike Stroh, and I'm sitting here with Big Fundamentals over here.
Yes, sir.
Our motto is always to inform, educate, and celebrate the barbering profession. So make sure you like, subscribe, click that bell to be notified. Now, to get back into this part two, because we're picking up back from booth rent versus commission.
Yep.
And then we had the other one, how to handle coworker disputes in the shop. So that's what we're picking up from right now. How do y'all handle coworkers disputes in the shop? Talking about barber on barber, not customer or barber on customer or customer on barber.
Right.
Talking about barber on barber.
Right. So this will probably be more really for. This is a good topic for barbers, but it's also really great. This is probably really a good topic for shop owners or future shop owners. So how to handle having some type of conflicts in your shop, because it can't happen.
It can happen now. I done had a mess of things happen in my shop. I don't have a mess of things happen, but they can happen. Now.
It can happen. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So we want to make sure that we tackle that. So we're gonna try to have some fun with it. But if you have any type of conflict or any kind of drama you would like to share, leave it down in the comment box. We'd love to hear from
below.
you. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and dive right on into the first one on dealing with some how to manage staff conflict.
Big fundamental facts, huh?
You know I had to bring the fundamental facts. You know I had to bring the big fundamental facts out here. So what we're going to do is, just to kind of like, how we do, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to give some facts.
All right.
We'll discuss it.
Right.
We'll give our take on it. And again, feel free. We're trying to build this culture, and this community. So feel free to chime in, leave some comments, and if there's something we might have forgot, add that in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'd love to hear from you. All right, and then maybe we may even share, some personal conflicts that we had as well. I think
I got a little bit I can share.
You got a little something you can share?
A little something I can share. Little something.
We don't want to scare the people, man.
Yeah. I got a little something.
We don't want to scare you. You're welcome here. You know what I'm saying? All right, so. This is an article that I found actually. I can't remember, but I'll make sure I put it in on the comments. I can't exactly remember where I got it from. It says Get Neko, but I can't think of this actually article. But it's talking about managing staff conflict. So one thing they want to talk about, and why this is important to point out that was in this article actually, is the things that the drama that you would have in the shop is important, and how it can affect your business.
Right.
It can really affect your business. And this is why this is a very, very important topic, because if you have some drama in there, it's just gonna mess up the whole energy.
The energy, it travels through the whole shop.
Yeah.
It travels through the whole shop,
Yeah. And so the ones they had here listed, and get your thoughts on this. Low staff morale, which we kind of just finished talking about. High absentees, meaning people start getting missing.
Right.
High staff turnover.
Yeah.
Reduced productivity, meaning they're not really producing, not doing well. Right. Increased customer complaints. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Increased stress levels. Decreased client retention, because customers will feel the tension going on.
Right, they will feel the energy, and they don't want to be around that negativity. People will leave.
And as for a shop owner or salon owner, it's going to decrease revenue potential.
Yes, it
so
will.
This is important on catching any of these incidents or having a conflict, because any one of those things we just named can really ruin your business.
Ruin your business, man.
Ruin your business.
Yes, sir.
So it's important that you jump on it. Don't let it. And one thing this article said in here, which is really true, don't let any time go by without addressing any kind of conflict.
Right.
Because if you let it go by and you don't address it, all it's going to do is get worse.
Right.
It's going to get worse.
That's like with life, though.
Yeah.
You got to address things when they come up.
Yeah. And exactly, like even for and it's so funny. As I was running down that list, that's even extremely important for even in school.
Yeah.
So we here at the barber school. With that being said, shout out to our location. We are here at Wake Tech Public Safety Campus, but we might be somewhere near you soon.
Shout
out to also all the third partner in crime, Mr. Mr.
Mitchell.
Quick, Mr. Mitchell, Mr.
Yeah,
Quick.
yeah.
Give you a shout out as well. So, you want to dive in a little deeper?
Yeah, let's go a little deeper
Go a
on
little
it, man.
deeper
Go
on
a
it.
little deeper on it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
But now, before in the deeper
'Cause we
dive,
do this.
now have you ever had any kind of shop conflict that you can share? Like, we don't want,
Well, yeah, I had a shop conflict at one point in time, but the way I worked it out, I called a meeting. I bring everybody. It was only 2 guys in there that had the conflict, right?
Okay.
And I had like 8 guys at the time, so I called a meeting to make it seem like I'm not picking them out.
Got you.
Like picking them actual 2 out.
Right.
But I played it like that, and then I spoke on their situation. I spoke on other people's situations too.
Okay.
But I spoke on their situation, and just basically telling them like we all men in here. We're grown ups.
Yeah.
We can talk things out, and like if y'all can't talk this out, one of you gonna have to go, or both of you gonna have to go. Point blank. That's what it boiled down to, because I can't have that negative energy in my shop.
Yeah.
I want a certain type of energy in my shop when I'm, when we working, when the customers come in, whether it be old lady, kids, old men, what I'm saying, women, whatever.
Yeah.
They come in there, I wanted the energy to be good, and so they had to chop it up like men, or hit the door.
Now, how did that? How did it go? How did they?
They chopped it up. Everything got cool.
Okay.
And I wanted it to be like a legit. Don't be just putting on the front.
Right.
It needed to be
Right.
legit. What I'm saying? So like we broke it down, we talked and everything, got deep with it. You know what I'm saying? Even then after the meeting, we still stay behind, just us 3 to discuss it more. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
To really get it done. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And so but after that, they were still there. So
They're still there. And I'm sure they should have appreciated you taking the time like that to discuss it, though. I would think.
Well,
or it could lead, or it was also they was actually like leading by example, showing that they was able to handle, result. Come up with a resolution.
Resolution, yeah. And like I said, it was either gonna be a resolution or they out the door. I can tell you that one right now. I can tell you that it was gonna be a resolution, or they tell going out the door. Like, I won't have it. They ain't putting up with it, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you, big fundamentals. Yeah, my show about to put them out, boy. About to put them out. I'll tell you, Graham. I won't have it.
I know that's right.
I won't have it.
Yeah, so I may share mine later. I don't know. I think I may share one of
Man, go ahead, man.
No, you know what?
Go ahead,
The funny thing was I can't. Well, I seen some. I have seen some that, but I wasn't involved, so I haven't seen it. I can't say that I experienced personally, meaning from a shop owner's perspective.
Okay.
Like, I had a shop, but I never had a situation where I had any. For one, my shops probably didn't stay around long enough to have too much drama. But but I would say I've experienced it more from a school, running the school and having students,
Right.
But and having their conflicts.
Yeah.
But in the shop, from a manager standpoint, I didn't never really have that issue from a manager. But I can't say that I experienced it when I was like assistant manager at the shop. I've seen some conflicts, but it was more through someone else, where I saw like my manager got into it with another barber, or barbers getting into it with each other at the shop. So it wasn't like I was actually the owner or manager of it. So, but I've seen that, because it's always over some shorty or something, some girl or something. I saw that one time. It was over some,
and just one recent just happened in our shop for about undercutting. That we need to talk about that too.
Ooh, that's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, undercutting. Stop undercutting out here.
Man, stop undercutting, man. Come on now. Come on, man.
Cut it out, man.
Cut it out, man.
All right. So so we talk about it's very ridiculous. So we talk about management, about conflict in the shop. So the next question you probably asking yourself, well, how do we manage that? How do we manage conflict? We just heard, how you handle having a meeting, and that's pretty much from this list here. I got to do my fundamental facts.
Okay.
They that's one of them. So one of them is number one was act immediately. All right, I got about 10 things. Act immediately. So they saying when conflicts don't go away, so just don't ignore them. Of course, I'm kind of skimming through this, and I'll make sure I leave a link for y'all to go back and look at it more in depth. And they say this is how they turn from a petty disagreement into a full-blown primetime drama,
Right.
with you by ignoring it. So you want to
Right.
make sure you act immediately, like you did. You had the staff meeting
Right.
immediately.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Same thing happens when
Right.
in school. Whenever students get into it, we act immediately. Let's
Right.
go ahead and talk it out. Let's chop it up. Let's
Right.
address it.
Right.
All right. The next one was what are your salon core values? Meaning
Okay.
that, do you have a core value for your shop?
Right, right.
If you don't, you should. And so they're saying here, having a core value is designing a set of core values for your salon or shop can act like a set of behavioral guidelines to encourage better interaction.
Right.
So if you have like a core value statement, or
okay.
that could be another one. You could
See,
say
I kind of
you could say
equate that
like-
with energy, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I want, the type of energy, the ambiance of my shop, like, I kind of equate that with that too.
That's kind of like the same thing. Like, so here they're just saying by creating, if you don't have a core value for your business, which is a good,
Right.
a good thing to do as a business owner.
Right.
But they were just saying how you can use that as a way to have that
To
discussion,
diffuse, yeah.
diffuse what's going on.
Yeah,
You
'cause
know,
you know
this is
we're
how-
based
you
on,
know,
like-
you know what we bet. Yeah, exactly.
got
or
you.
or if you got to even make it easier,
Yeah.
you can have it simply as we hear this all the time. Teamwork make a dream work.
Yeah.
We
We
got to
said it
be
a
a
lot.
team,
Yeah,
right?
we gotta be a
So
team.
you want to have those
Behind
core
team.
values. So,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but
We back.
in the building. All right, so we just finished talking about, we just started, I should say, how to manage. We talked about, having salon and shop conflicts,
Yeah.
and now we're talking about how you manage those conflicts, right? So the first two we said act immediately.
Act
So
immediately.
don't waste no time.
That's a good
If
one.
something happens right away, you
Nip
want to
it in the
address
bud.
it, nip it in the butt
Right
instantly,
then.
right?
Right.
And since we kind of just discovered this as we was doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and run parallel to this. We'll say schools in this case. We got some school owners.
Well,
and
right,
managers
right.
watching,
Schools is what, yeah.
instructors that's maybe watching.
Right,
We all
right.
learn together. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
The other one is what is your salon or your shop core values? You want to have they could use that as a tool to be able to help with
The
diffusing.
diffusion. Yeah. Like
right?
you were saying, like, if you had a statement, you can refer back to, we're about, we're
Yeah,
teamwork.
yeah.
So,
Like I remember one.
like that.
I remember
though.
one core one that my manager used to have.
What,
Just in case you got behind your rent, but he had a sign.
What is that?
He had a post on the board. He had a post on the board.
what is that?
Yes, you are my friend, but this is my business.
No, that's real though.
So anytime you
That's real, though.
anytime you want to question something,
That's real though. Hey, look, man. Yeah.
customers got on his nerves.
You're my friend.
But this
This
is my
is my
business.
shop. This is my business. This is my business.
All
I
right.
like
So
that.
what are your core values? And a side note, if you know, for any business owners or shop owners, I should say,
Right.
salon owners, or even some school owners, if you don't have a core value for your business, it may be something worth doing, right? And in this article I leave behind you, they give you an example. They have one called Ride. This salon called Ride, and Ride means pride. Excuse me, pride.
Okay.
And it was P for passion, R
Okay.
for respect, I for integrity, D for dedication, and then E for enthusiasm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hold on. That's crazy,
right.
'cause
Yeah,
I used to
yeah,
go to a camp. That's what we did. It was called
Pride,
Pride. They had
Pride.
a whole song about it. And Pride was pride, respect, integrity, determination, and enthusiasm.
Bam!
Man, them-
Right
that's
there,
crazy.
y'all got one on the house.
That's crazy.
We ain't even charge you for it.
Right.
Add that
That's
to your value.
crazy. All right.
Set up clear guidelines. They're saying consider drawing up a clear workplace behavior policy if you don't have one.
Right.
That's one thing. This could
It
be
needs
a whole,
to be in
and
place,
this
though.
could be, and you know what? This could actually be, as we're talking about, this is something that, speaking of that core value and creating guidelines, we may need to do an episode of some of the best practices, business practices for any new shops.
Okay.
Like that, right?
Okay.
Because I wish someone would have told me about creating guidelines and the policy for.
Right,
We
right.
don't think about that. We do it for a school because we got student handbooks.
Right,
But why
right.
not have it for your staff?
'Cause I did have something for my staff though. Like,
did
I had a
have-
contract and everything.
Yeah.
I had everything mapped out.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So you say make sure you draw up a workplace behavior policy, making your expectations clear, and provide a set of disciplinary actions that will be enforced if a situation arises.
Okay.
Right. Right. Hold
Right.
on. And then hold regular meetings.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
regular meetings. That's what they say. That's really good.
I do one at least. I used to do one a month at least. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 2 months. It depends on what's going on. You get what I'm saying?
So your shop owners, if y'all not doing it, y'all need to have regular meetings.
Yes.
Regular meetings at your shops, right?
Yes.
Then again, they saying here it's a great way we mentioned earlier about before we went to the break about teamwork. This is
Right.
a great opportunity to promote teamwork.
Right.
Walk the talk, meaning as a salon owner or manager,
Right.
you have to lead by example.
Yeah. Practice what you preach.
Lead by example. It's
Yeah.
not enough to just spout out core values on your business,
Right.
but then start gossiping and being disrespectful to your staff.
Right.
Now
Right.
we do know. Now this article originally was based on a salon, but you know in the shop,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know,
You got some guys that be, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
gossip like women, man.
yeah. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you're going to get roasted though.
You got,
It's going to happen. Man.
yeah. Especially you come in our shop, you got to have some tough skin, man. And in my shop that I'm in, like
Most
you gotta have tough
most
skin,
shops
man.
you got to have tough skin.
because you're gonna get roasted.
You're going to get roasted.
Yes,
man.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I remember that's what early on in my career. I did. These people used to think I was just be mean, and you know these customers did because I would never really talk a lot.
Yeah.
And even though I used to joke, I was a jokester in school.
Yeah.
But you know when I started school, you know I knew you and I got both in common. We didn't know how to cut when we started school.
Right.
So I knew one thing
What?
was I knew I could not go in the shop and start roasting, and my cuts was subpar, was trash. Because I knew that if I mess around and corner somebody and talk some trash, you know what they gonna mess around and do and fall back on. What about? And I already had in my
What
mind,
about
but
the
I hear,
cut?
what about that last haircut though? Then I'll be
They
fighting.
can kill you. Right. Right. Attitude, you get mad. You know what I'm saying?
So I was like, man, I better not do no joking up in here. And the day I started joking was when I started getting more confident with my cut. Because other than
Right,
that, I
right.
kept my mouth shut. But anyway, walk the talk, right? They have here measure productivity.
Okay.
Meaning if you suspect salon's staff conflict is decreasing productivity in your salon, then you can create some sort. Now here they got some software that can actually show it, but
Right.
basically you want to keep track of there's some drama because that may be one, like you said earlier, that may be a reason for this person. He may be get up out of there.
Right.
He may
It
need to
could
get
be
up out of
like one bad apple will spoil the whole joint. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
you find that bad seed. Now you gotta get out of there, man.
And that's the next one. Cut out the rot.
That's what it says.
Yep. Cut out the rot. Cut it out.
Cut it right out, man.
Negativity brings contentment.
I'm telling you.
Right?
telling
Never
you.
bring contentment. So you want to be careful of that. And then they have some other things to think about when you talk about when it says try to avoid doing this. Kind of goes back to you want to walk like you talk. Is some behaviors that you want to look for, and this is going to be they have it here as for the negative breeding that they're doing.
Okay.
Right? Some signs, I should say. Right? These some signs you want to look, indicators you want to look for. Of course, gossiping. Any kind of bullying, which bullying I had never experienced bullying in the shop. That's probably more like barber school. If anything, I might have seen bullying.
Right.
Any intentionally sabotaging others' work.
Okay.
Right. Constant complaining or criticism. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
Humiliating and grandstanding coworkers. Passive and aggressive comments. Excluding particular coworkers. All right, and any poor behavior displayed in front of clients.
Right. Boy, I definitely
These
don't put it
type of behaviors can be very anxiety provoking for your employees and may leave them dreading the workplace.
there. Right.
Yeah.
I never had like if somebody get into something, you don't do nothing in front of that client, man.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
You know,
and
y'all gonna have to wait, to the end of the day or something like.
Yeah. And then they had here something to think about, and all this kind of falls under, or was falling under, the cutting out the rot.
Cutting out the rot. Okay.
Unhappy employees equals unhappy clients.
Right.
Because guess who they're going to be complaining to? And here they have it here is like a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
You complaining, about the shop,
Yeah.
it's going to roll. It's going to spill down to your customers. Going to be
Yes,
complaining
it is.
too.
Yes,
and
it is.
and I've seen. I haven't seen like them complaining like that, but I've seen it where if a barber's not happy, I've
Yeah.
seen that when barber's not
Yeah.
happy,
Yeah.
it like almost I could say I have experienced this. Like you can tell because the energy, even all the way down to the customers, they act kind of standoffish, get kind of silent, like, and that's not healthy for any shop.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
for any shop. All right, so we got to take one more quick break, and then we'll go ahead and wrap things up.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
see you when we get back, though. Yeah, we back. And the last thing we'll pick up off of them when we talking
just-
about the.
So we we did all of the finally wrapping everything up when we did cut. So just as a recap of everything,
yeah.
all right,
That
of this
recap.
whole article of salon drama. You know what? That's what we said. Along with the big fundamental facts,
Big fundamental man.
it should be the big fundamental interesting finds.
Oh!
So I find the different articles and we talk about it.
Okay.
Hey, thank y'all for the
Okay.
motivation. We
Appreciate
gotta do something. Yeah.
right.
So when we're not interviewing folks,
Yeah.
and when we just having a chopping up, you and I and Mr. Mitchell, we
Right.
can find any one of us find some interesting articles and
Okay.
we talk about
We
it.
talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, see how it relates to
on the
our-
big fundamental facts special. That segment, that's the big fundamental facts segment right here, man.
Y'all
You
watching
know? Yeah,
progress
man.
and happening right
Yeah,
there. You know what
man.
I'm saying? But as a quick recap
All
for this
right.
article talking about how to salon drama, how to manage staff conflict.
Which is very important.
Very important.
Very important.
One is we talked about for the reason why you want to do this and the way and how it can affect your shop. That's what we talked about first.
Right.
How it can affect your shop. It could create a low staff morale.
Yeah.
It can create high absentee because nobody want to come to work.
Right.
Then it could be a lot of staff turnover.
Right.
They'll be unhappy there.
Revolving door working.
Revolving doors. Revolving chairs and
Revolving
doors.
chairs, yeah.
Reduce productivity, meaning they're not motivated to really do a lot.
Right.
Right, and that gets into a whole other conversation we may talk on here about the difference between an entrepreneur and entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur,
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Increase. It could cause increase in customer complaints. 'Cause
Yeah.
you got an unhappy person.
Right.
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 Then you can increase stress levels in the shop, tension, decrease client retention. Because customers
Nobody
ain't
don't wanna
wanna come
come.
in there.
Yeah, they don't want the energy, man.
and decrease.
They wanna be around that bad energy,
yeah,
man.
and with all that, it can with it all equal. What this article should have did was put all that under like a math equation and put plus and equal
Right.
decreased revenue.
Yes.
All
yes.
those things equal to
Yes.
decreased revenue
Decreased
from a manager
revenue.
standpoint.
Won't get no money.
Right, and then we dived in a little bit deeper on how to, giving some tips on how to manage salon staff conflict. It's act immediately.
Act immediately.
What are your salon core values?
Right.
Set clear guidelines.
Right.
Hold regular meetings.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Walk the talk.
Walk the talk. I like that one too. Yeah.
Measure your productivity because this is actually a software called I may not be pronouncing it right. It's called Nico Salon Software. So this actually is articles written by this software.
Oh.
And I'll leave that for y'all. It's Nico software that provides. So in this software. In this software suite, it provides a productivity for you. So it shows you measurements of if you're dealing with conflict and issues. It will show you like a chart.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It looks
So right,
cool.
yeah, it is pretty cool. So it shows you about it. Really, it's more like staff performance monitoring.
Okay.
basically. But I think it has a segment, a portion in there that tracks any kind of conflicts and negative stuff in there as well. And then the last one was cut out the rot.
That's
and
my
when you
favorite
cut out,
one.
when you cut out the rot,
Gotta cut that rot out,
That cutting out the rot, it gets rid of because if you don't cut the rot out, that's a better way of putting it. Negativity is bred.
Yeah. And you're gonna get all those ones that
You're
you
gonna
had
get
on
all
the
that.
front, like
Then you get then you're gonna get that. No, that's when you get the gossiping.
gossiping,
And bullying,
yeah.
intentional
Yeah,
sabotage,
yeah.
work,
Yeah.
all that can happen if you don't cut that rot out, which could lead to the original first list,
Right.
which could lead again to no one
No
want to come
revenue.
to work, no one, no revenue,
No revenue, all that.
that should be another. That should be plus parentheses or other math.
No revenue.
No
right?
revenue. You know what I'm saying? Still under cutting out the rot. if you don't cut it out, you could create unhappy employees, which can equal unhappy unhappy clients.
Right.
We should put another dollar sign for that one.
Yeah.
Money.
Money.
All right.
Yeah, man.
And that's really it.
All right,
Yeah.
man. Like
And
that.
because if you don't do any of this stuff, that's what happens. So,
Right.
I like this. This is really good.
Yeah,
it has some
that's
real,
real important,
real
man.
important.
That's real important
You know,
right
something
there.
that they had here. What I thought, like, what makes it just the way we can start wrapping things up. What makes a great salon team is a cohesiveness and an ability to work seamlessly together.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes resolve conflicts can pull a team closer together,
Right.
and
I
build
agree.
stronger relationships.
I agree.
It's normal to have some minor conflict in the workplace, but how you deal with it is crucial to building harmonious. How you pronounce that word?
Let me what that.
Harmonious.
Harmonious.
There you go.
Harmonious.
It's a tongue
Yeah.
twister. Harmonious,
Yeah, harmonious.
and productive salon culture.
Harmonious. Big fundamental facts here segment.
Big
man.
fundamentals. It's not big fundamentals that time. Really?
But I know what we were talking about. Harmonious.
man,
Yeah, harmonious.
man.
I know what we were
I
talking
got my
about.
license, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I tell the students when they get
That's
me
what I
mad.
tell the students. Got mine. Y'all, you work for yours. But
But
yeah,
anyway.
leave all
What you-
your questions or anything in the comments below. Anything that y'all want to talk about to discuss, leave it down below. What you about to say though?
No, I was just going to say, what was your? I thought that was a great article. I don't know if you had
Yeah.
any. Did you have any last takeaways you want to?
Yeah,
give
man.
suggestions you want to
Cut
give
that
everybody?
right out, man.
Let that ride out.
In
Yeah,
your
right.
life too, not just in
Yeah.
the barbershop.
Nice.
In your life, because you got rot in your life.
Yeah.
So y'all, please cut that
Ride out.
mess out. Boy, they about to, we rated G around here now. I was about to get rated R on them. But we rated G.
Rated G.
We rated G.
And I would just say teamwork make a dream work.
Yes, sir.
So just
Yes,
don't
sir.
forget that. So on that note, I'm William Graham, aka Big Fundamentals.
Man, just call me Maestro. I'm about to drop my real name. I'm
I
just
know
about to be
that's
called
right.
Maestro. Just call me Maestro. Make sure y'all, make sure you subscribe, subscribe, click that bell to be notified. Now, don't forget to do that. You
And
know.
what's the objective of of our podcast again?
The Objective of a podcast, we let me say what we do. I know that we educate, we inform, we educate, and celebrate the barbering profession.
Bam.
That's what we do.
That's
You know
what we
I'm
do.
saying?
So we appreciate y'all
Love
again for another episode. We'll be back at it.
Stay up, underrated profession.